Hi ladies, I'm Danny Watson and I am founder of The Clique, which is a company that certifies new coaches, healers and spiritual teachers and helps them grow their business online. Now in today's video, I want to discuss my 3 top tips for attracting clients online. So when you start out as a coach, it can be quite overwhelming because there's obviously so many other women that are in the industry. It's hard to think about how you're ever going to stand out and how you're going to get in front of those ideal clients. But there's 3 things that will actually really help you make yourself stand out from everybody else that is out there and actually draw the right clients into your business. So the first tip is to know how to communicate effectively. So everything we do online really rests on your ability to be an excellent communicator. Nowadays, it's not just enough to share advice or share a few inspirational quotes or share the odd tip here and there. What you're saying really needs to be captivating and engaging. If you think about social media nowadays, people are bombarded with so many different messages, so many different pieces of content, that if you want your content to stand out, it has to be really something that's quite impressive. Now, something you probably don't realize actually when you first become a coach is that it really helps if you are great at writing copy. And some people are naturally amazing at that. And for other people, writing content isn't really their forte. So if it isn't your forte, I would suggest thinking about a different way to communicate your message. So obviously video is a really great one. If you don't like the idea of being on camera, you could also try something such as a podcast. Doesn't necessarily need to be starting your own podcast. It could be getting featured on somebody else's, but ultimately you need to become a powerful communicator. Doesn't matter how you do that, as long as what you're saying is really impactful. Now, one of the reasons why we actually brought a copywriter on board to help our clients within the Clique is because we realized just how important copy is or content is when it comes to attracting ideal clients online. It's not enough to just say what has already been said before. You don't want to be following this cookie cutter style of writing or communicating. If you want to stand out, you really need to be thinking about what you're saying, the way that you're saying it, the language that you're using, the message that you're sharing, and it needs to really powerfully resonate with the people that you're trying to attract. Now, my second tip, which kind of actually ties in with the first, is to share your story. So we were talking first about copy and making your copy stand out. And one of the ways to actually do this is actually to weave your story into your content. So everybody has their story, their personal brand of why they got to where they are today. And for most people, that's when they think of the personal brand, that's all they really kind of think of there, what they would essentially say on their About Me page. But your personal brand is so much more than that. Your personal brand is your lifestyle and how you're living your day-to-day life and weaving in elements of your life into your work. Now, it's important here to make things relevant. You don't just want to be talking about what you had for breakfast that day or what show you're watching on Netflix. Try and make whatever sort of life story you're sharing with your audience, make it relevant to an important point you would like to make. So as an example then, I created a post, it was a while ago now, it was when I was out in Bali, and it was all about the importance of keeping things simple but significant. And at the time I was on this beach in Bali and it was a kite festival. So they were basically these group of men and they were launching a kite into the air. Now, the act of flying a kite in itself is pretty simple, it's not anything that's particularly mind-blowing, but the kite in question was actually 6 meters long and it took this whole team of men to actually lift this kite in the air. And I actually spoke about this story and I actually did a video along with it of the kite going up into the sky, and I spoke about the importance of keeping things simple but significant and how sometimes simple can actually lead to something that's very powerful. So rather than, trying to do all of these really fancy things, you can often just strip back, to keep things very, very simple in your business and do that one thing very, very well. Make a big impact with something that is actually very, very simple. So you can see I weaved into an important business message. I weaved in what was going on in my life there and then. So that's what I mean about sharing your story. It doesn't always have to be you're talking about your past or how you got to where you are today. Weave in elements of your lifestyle as you go. Now, my third tip for attracting ideal clients online is to become a vibrational match to the clients that you ultimately want to attract. So what do I mean by this? Well, law of attraction, we create into our reality whatever our beliefs and thoughts are. And our reality is also shaped by our energy levels. So we are a magnet to anything that we are a vibrational match to. So you want to think about the kinds of women or people that you want to become clients. And you want to make sure that you are aligning yourself with that type of energy as well. So let's say, for example, you want to attract women who are committed, coachable, and willing to invest in themselves. Well, then you too need to be committed, coachable, and willing to invest in yourself. It actually really amazes me how many women will struggle to get people to say yes to working with them when they themselves have never ever committed to actually working with a coach. You want to think about who your ideal client is and try and match their energy. And then what you will do is you'll start to attract more of those ideal clients into your life. They'll start booking more calls with you. They'll start reaching out to you. The more you can become a vibrational match to them, the more they will gravitate towards you. And becoming a vibrational match also applies to money as well. If you're wanting to attract more money and more wealth into your life, then you have to be a vibrational match to money, to wealth. So you need to start aligning yourself with the energy of wealth and abundance, even if you're not experiencing it in your physical reality yet. Now, I'm not saying here to start going crazy at Gucci and start splashing out on designer goods. That's not what I'm talking about. But there are definitely little upgrades that you can give to yourself that will help you feel more wealthy and abundant. So it could be just shaping up your office space a little bit just to make it feel a little bit more luxurious. Have fresh flowers, have a scented candle, have your crystals out. It could just be treating yourself to a mani-pedi every now and again to make yourself feel luxurious. Make sure you give yourself the time for self-care that you need. Self-care doesn't need to be expensive, but it can make us feel abundant. Taking a really decadent bubble bath with, some luxury bath products and, a luxury scented candle, little things like that. They're not going to cost huge amounts of money in the long run, but can have a huge impact on the state of our energy. And as I said, the more you feel wealthy and abundant, the more that you're going to attract wealth and abundance into your life. So those are my 3 tips for today for attracting clients online. Now, if you are looking to become a coach or you are wanting to grow your coaching business online by attracting more of those ideal clients into your business consistently, without having to spend all of your time glued to social media, I'd like to add, then feel free to go over to the Clique. So wearetheclique.com, and you'll find resources there, including 2 amazing masterclasses that you can sign up for. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.